Deer Valley, Phoenix. Deer Valley or Deer Valley Village is one of the 15 urban villages that make up Phoenix, Arizona, United States. As of 2010, the population was 165,656, 25% of whom were under 18 years of age. The origin of the name is unclear. It first appeared on a 1921 General Land Office map of the area describing the valley created by Skunk Creek. It is located in the northwestern portion of the city and borders the cities of Glendale and Peoria. Within Phoenix, it borders four other urban villages: North Mountain, Paradise Valley, Desert View, and North Gateway. The village is 56.9 square miles, 147 square kilometers, in size, and is centered at Interstate 17 and Arizona Loop 101. The core of the village includes commercial, industrial, and multifamily housing developments. Outer areas have more lower-density residential land. Significant geographic features of the village include the volcanic Adobe Mountains and Hedgepeth Hills, Adobe Dam, Skunk Creek, and Scatter, Washington. According to the Köppen climate classification system, Deer Valley has a hot desert climate, abbreviated BWH on climate maps. The hottest temperature recorded in Deer Valley was 117 degrees Fahrenheit 47.2 degrees Celsius on June 19, 2016, and June 20, 2017, while the coldest temperature recorded was 22 degrees Fahrenheit -5.6 degrees Celsius on January 14, 2007. Deer Valley Airport, one of the busiest general aviation airports in the country, is located in the village. Turf Paradise, a horse racetrack, and Wet 'n Wild Phoenix, a 35-acre, 14 hectares, water park, and the Arizona's largest theme park, are both located in Deer Valley. The Central Arizona Project Canal carrying water from the Colorado River at Lake Havasu to Phoenix and Tucson passes through the village. The Deer Valley Petroglyph Preserve, a 47-acre, 19 hectares, archaeological site containing over 1,500 petroglyphs, listed on the National Register of Historic Places and as a Phoenix Points of Pride, is located just west of the village core. The Adobe Dam Regional Park, a 1,514-acre, 613 hectares, Maricopa County Park, is located here. The park is located behind Adobe Dam in an area primarily designated for flood control. The park includes a sports complex for softball and sand volleyball, a golf course, kart racing track, a radio-controlled aircraft flight facility serving an AMA chartered model aircraft club, a paintball field, and a 44-acre, 18 hectares, large-scale model railroad. Popular places to visit: Camelback Mountain. A distinct hump in the landscape offers panoramic views over the Valley of the Sun. Camelback Mountain resembles a camel at rest in the Sonoran Desert. The head of the camel is made up of red sandstone. Its hump, the peak of the mountain, is a granite formation that rises 2,704 feet, 824 meters, above sea level. This makes it the highest mountain in Phoenix with one of the best panoramic views in Arizona. Walking or climbing the trails is a popular half-day trip. For millions of years the huge landform stood deserted until the Hohokam people took up residence here in the 1st century. They abandoned the site some 1,450 years later for unknown reasons. The ceremonial cave they left behind gave Camelback its folk name, Sacred Mountain. Today, hundreds of thousands of hikers tackle the slopes each year. To reach the summit, you have to ascend roughly 1,200 feet, 365 meters, from the base at Echo Canyon. Steep narrow paths and rough surfaces can make it a challenge, especially on hot days. The Echo Canyon Summit Trail, a 2.3-mile, 3.7-kilometer, round trip, is one of the more strenuous. The longer Cholya Trail is more gradual, but joins up with the final steep section of the Summit Trail. It is worth the effort to get a 360-degree view over the Valley of the Sun. Allow a few hours for the return trip. Watch out for snakes and sharp rocks. Wear adequate clothing and carry your water on your back because you'll need your hands for climbing. There are plenty of great ascents for rock climbers. After a relaxing walk with a view, try one of the trails around Camelback's base. Check out the rugged landscape of cacti, wildflowers, gardens of lichens, and rocks that have been beaten into a myriad of shapes by millennia of erosive forces. Camelback Mountain is a 25-minute drive northeast of downtown. Come early because parking near the base is very limited. Please note that in January 2013 work began on an upgrade of the Summit Trail, Echo Canyon Recreation Area, parking area and restrooms, making future access easier but closing the trail for a large part of the year. Phoenix Zoo. This wildlife park often ranks in the top American zoos for families, and is the largest nonprofit zoo in the United States. The 125-acre, 50-hectare, Phoenix Zoo houses about 1,200 animals, including many endangered species. You can see most displays along 3 themed trails that take you from Arizona to Africa to the tropics. A 4th trail is aimed at small children and includes interaction with farm animals. The family-focused zoo attracts about 1.4 million visitors per year. Over 50 years ago, Phoenix resident Robert Maytag set out to collect funds for a local zoo. Sadly, he died shortly before the opening in 1962, but his vision to have a non-profit zoo without government funding is still alive today. Initially it was called the Maytag Zoo, but his heirs later requested it be renamed Phoenix Zoo to reflect its community spirit. For a relatively young zoo, the Phoenix Zoo has already gained a reputation for its wildlife conservation efforts, such as a successful captive breeding program to reintroduce the once extremely rare Arabian oryxes into the wild. Explore the 2.5 miles, 4 kilometers, of trails by foot or jump aboard the safari train for a narrated tour of the attractions. Check out the local coyotes and javelinas, or visit the rainforest of Monkey Village on the Tropics Trail. Pay a few dollars extra to pet Kauno's stingrays in Stingray Bay, ride a camel, or feed giraffes from the observation deck. Kids can learn where their food comes from and what farm life is really like at the Windmill House. If you visit during the Christmas holiday period, head to the zoo at night for the Zoo Light spectacle, with lights in the shapes of animals. The Phoenix Zoo is located in Papago Park, a 20-minute drive east from downtown along Van Buren Street. Opening hours vary according to season. Stay for at least 3 hours to walk all trails, and get there early during summer when the park closes at 2 p.m. Picnic areas are available, and the zoo has many eateries. Several bus routes pass the zoo, and there is a parking lot. Desert Botanical Garden. With desert flora and fauna, including larger-than-life cacti, this garden attracts those who want to experience the desert without venturing far from the city. The Desert Botanical Garden demonstrates that even the driest deserts are not devoid of life. The biodiversity includes cacti, succulents, trees, flowers, and even butterflies and local critters. It is an eye-opening experience for those who are new to the flora and fauna of the Southwest, and educates those wanting to learn more about cacti. Gertrude Webster and a group of like-minded local citizens established the garden in 1939. They wanted a designated place to showcase the diverse ecology of the local Sonoran Desert. It opened as a non-profit museum dedicated to research, education, and conservation. With over 50,000 desert plants and animals, such as chipmunks, rabbits, and birds, there is plenty of natural beauty on display. The various exhibits show how the plants have adapted to life in a seemingly desolate landscape. Choose a walk from 5 scenic trails or take a tour to find how the beavertail, organ pipe, and fishhook plants got their names. Don't miss the plants and people of the Sonoran Desert Loop, which illustrates how desert flora can be used for food, medicine, and shelter. Step inside a traditional Western Apache house, which is a domed structure of split yucca leaves thatched with cottonwood and willow branches. Stare up in awe at a huge cactus, smell the chocolate flower, or try to capture a hummingbird on camera. The seasonal butterfly exhibit is fun for children. The Desert Botanical Garden is located in Papago Park, 8 miles, 13 kilometers, east of downtown Phoenix. It is open daily until late, so you can stay to watch the desert come to life with night-blooming flowers and the sounds of nocturnal animals after watching the famous Arizona sunset. Plan a 2 to 3 hour visit and check out which events are on to get the most out of the admission fee. The nightlight spectacle, Las Noches de las Luminarias, sells out quickly. During this winter holiday event, sit down for a romantic dinner, or listen to live music in the softly lit garden. Things to do. Guided Arizona Desert Tour by Quad Bike. Enjoy an exciting day of off-roading in the famous Sonoran Desert aboard your single-passenger quad bike. You will experience some of the best trails Arizona has to offer. Conveniently located just north of Phoenix at the base of the breathtaking Bradshaw Mountains. Our tours create a scenic and educational journey amid the rugged Arizona landscape, with opportunities to see abundant desert wildlife. You will be with us for up to 3 hours total. Up to 1 hour check-in followed by up to 2 hours of training and riding. This option is for single-passenger ATVs for ages 16+. To book multi-passenger vehicles for this tour, 16+ to drive, for plus to ride passenger, search for our Centipede Tour, Guided Arizona Desert Tour by UTV. Hot air balloon flight over Phoenix. Take in the beautiful Arizona Sonoran Desert like never before. Floating 2,000 to 5,000 feet over the desert in a hot air balloon, the 360-degree unobstructed views and peacefulness of flight is breathtaking. Following your 45 to 60-minute hot air balloon flight, Guests are treated to chilled champagne and catered fare in the heart of the desert, the perfect start to the day. Grand Canyon Skywalk and Adventure. Spectacular views of the Grand Canyon from above and within. Helicopter to a remote part of the canyon. Lunch. Exclusive flight below the rim of the canyon. Insight into history and culture of peoples on the West Rim.